Welcome back. You're watching CNBC TV18 Budget Countdown. We're focusing on the defense sector. Joining us right now to speak about the budget wish list of the defense industry and what they expect from the Narendra Modi government 3.0 over the next 5 years are Mr. Rajinder Bhatia, President of Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers, Neeraj Gupta, Managing Director of the MKU Group, and the CEO of Third Eye Tech, a defense startup in India, Vrinda Kapoor. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Mr. Bhatia, if I were to ask you about one key bottleneck that you see in the defense ecosystem right now, what would that be? And in terms of deployment of CapEx, how do you see that in the year FY25?
Okay, Parikshit, I'm going to take the liberty and give you not one, but maybe two or 2.5 bottlenecks. The first part is that if we really want to get onto there's a revolution in military affairs which is going on. What we call RMA 3.0 is on our doors. India did miss the bus for the RMA 2.0 and 1.0. We need to be at the forefront of RMA 3.0 as a nation. Now, what does this involve? This needs, we did announce deep technology fund of 1 lakh crores. But this should not go the technology development fund way, which got declared in 2006-07 and got only operationalized 6-7 years after that. We need to operationalize this fund immediately. We need to find a way. We need to have a framework so that this fund can be utilized for real development of technologies in the country. The second suggestion I am going to give, and that actually is that we need to keep a target of rolling out at least 5 to 6 Make-1 programs in the next financial year, and at least 1 to 2 strategic partnership programs going forward. These are all large-scale programs which have got the, I would say, the capacity to really give a big boost to the Indian industry. And the third one is that we need to find a way to provide capital at reasonable rates, especially to startups and MSMEs. Today, the cost of capital for them is too high, and we need to really find a way of giving them concessional capital for a long duration, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years at nominal interest rates.
Right.
That's all from my side, Parikshit.
All right. Mr. Gupta, what kind of growth in exports do you expect right now in FY25? And if I were also to ask you, how is the indigenization policy? Just a few days back, the 5th indigenization list of 346 items was notified. Could you give us a sense of what would be the value of components which have been indigenized and are now made locally in India?
So I may not be able to give you the real numbers, but I would say that the positive indigenization list has multi-pronged positive effects. First is, I would say, reduction in import dependence. I think that has been a very, very major, I would say, initiative that has been taken by all the procurement agencies in the way forward. Encouragement to local manufacturing is a second thing that has brought in by the positive indigenization list. And especially, it is giving a boost to MSMEs and startups, and also building the manufacturing ecosystem in the country. Thirdly, I would say that it has given a boost to technological advancement within the country. And I would say that especially it is because of this that the programs like IDEX, Aditi are taking place, and more startups are able to bring in new technologies into country, which otherwise was available at multiple times the cost that we were buying from abroad. Then I would say this list also brings strategic autonomy and is of national strategic importance. By reducing dependency on foreign suppliers, India has enhanced its strategic autonomy and national security. Third, I would say it has also given an economic impact. The way I see it, that by reducing the import dependence and enhancing the local manufacturing, we are directly giving jobs into India. And I believe that each defense item that goes directly into the forces has at least 4 or 5 times multiplier effect. So I think these are the few things that I see as a positive step towards indigenization list.
All right. My final question to Vrinda Kapoor. Vrinda Kapoor, when it comes to collaborations with countries like the United States, ISET, for example, what does this do in terms of connecting the defense industrial base in India with the global value chains? And do you think we need more such partnerships with other nations?
100%. I mean, ISET was a watershed moment for India. Because it was the first time that we were having this kind of a collaboration, which usually is there only between treaty allies, right? The challenge with, at least from a startup or an MSME perspective of integrating into a global supply chain, right, is that you need the OEM to have a very long-term vision with you. It's something that in the US government parlance, they refer to it as vendor development and sustainment, right? That's something they take up at scale across the entire value chain, from innovation all the way up to, the fighter jet product line. That's where if we're able to find connections into that, that's where we're going to start seeing, growth and acceptance of a lot of subsystems in import. So 100%, I think ISET was a watershed moment for our country on our own trajectory, also in terms of our relationship with the United States. And we need to see more such critical technology initiatives emerge with other countries in the world.
All right. We've run out of time, but thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia, Neeraj Gupta and Vrinda Kapoor for joining us on the program. What our defense ecosystem really needs from the budget and policy interventions over the next 5 years. Thank you once again for joining us. That's all the time we have on Budget Countdown. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.